Hello and welcome. I have now hit 150 subscribers, which is pretty cool. I hit 100 about a year ago, which kind of shows you how exponential growth works, as it took me 3 years to actually hit 100. But there'll be no special milestone video. I try and plan them, but then I end up not liking the idea, and I try and think of a new thing or something else. But then by the time I try and think of something, the milestone's already passed. But maybe I'll think of like some milestone idea later on, but nothing for 150, sadly. Uh, but yeah, so whenever I hit 100. I've been putting a decent amount more effort into videos, especially with it kind of being a pandemic and more being at home. I kind of got addicted to just continuously releasing content and doing a bunch of things, which is cool and all. There's just a slight problem with it in that a lot of the times whenever I made the content, I did it within a short time with a lot of effort put into it, but the audience was always that subset of categories. Like, for example, for the first design project that I did, I released a video and that was mainly for the people who were interested in it, which would be like people in FTC or the First Tech Challenge, which is like a robotics thing. Um, and that's like pretty much all my content that I've released. So it doesn't make a stable foundation. I just can't stay in one place. I'm an experimenter, and I can't really uh, like for other YouTube channels. Of course, they stick to one type of content, but I don't really want to do that. I instead want to try a bunch of different things. So I've been planning and sort of redesigning like my channel and this video, because this is like the fourth time that I've like done something for it. The first time it was unscripted. I was like, oh no, I'm about to hit 150, and then all of a sudden it stopped. It took a little while, or it took a couple weeks, and then I thought I was gonna hit it again. And by that time, I was like, well, it's kind of outdated video, so I'll script it. I'll try and script it to put more effort into it or something like that. And I did it, and I didn't like it. I just spoke like a commentator, didn't have any enthusiasm in my voice. And then I I'm doing it again now, except I just have bulletin points now. So it's redesigning. So of course I'm still not going to stick in one place. I'm still going to experiment around. Uh, but instead, for videos, I'm now going to think more on realigning how I think of the audience and who I'm making this for. Because I'm making it for you guys, for the people who subscribe. Because I don't necessarily want to just entertain that small subset of people. I want to try and entertain, as many as I can. And so then that means instead of necessarily making videos that are specified for like a programmer for a programming video, instead you'll want to click on the video as it'll be just a Redstone engine video. So it's like, oh well, I'm not gonna watch it because it's programming, and so it's like, oh no, it's Redstone engine. He makes cool content. That's kind of how actually a decent amount of other creators kind of do it. Like popular programmers, they're not really popular because there's a lot of programmers who watch them. They're popular because they make content that's more for everyone and not just a subset of category for programming. Anyways, a small tangent that I just thought of there. So it creates a much stable base, which is kind of what I want and what I should look for. Because I'm being too experimental, which I should have thought of early. Because whenever I started making projects 4 years ago, I knew that I wanted to stick to whatever project or idea I was working on. Didn't want to be too experimental, but I've been really experimental with my YouTube channel, which I'll try and rein that in a bit more, because if you're too experimental, then you get no kind of base foundation. Um, but maybe later I'll be more experimental with a much broader base. Uh, so, but anyways, that'll be in the future, of course, with the experimental ideas. Um, but I'll of course need a lot of support for that. So if you haven't joined the Discord server, like what are you doing? You're breaking my feelings. It's just I kind of want to form a small community with it, and it forms a lot better communication, because for some reason I just don't like the YouTube comment system, I guess. I forget about just some of the comments, and I don't know, I just respond better in Discord. So if you want to check that out, you can. I'll still, of course, be replying to comments and videos if I put my mind to it. But yeah, anyways, that's what we'll be doing from now until the next milestone. I'll be experimenting, so you may see different content. I'll be delaying some content to actually put focus on editing and planning it out for not just a subset of categories, but for the general audience, to entertain, and because that's what I want to do. Yeah, I'll see you there at the next milestone.